In this video, we're going to start with a new file in Autodesk Revit. So the first thing to do is we can start a new file from here. And when we click on this, we will get this window, which is to open a new project. We are working with models here, so we're opening a new project to work on, not a new family. Families, as we said in the last video, are the blocks that we're going to add inside the project itself. So I'm starting a new project. Then from the template file here, we're supposed to choose architectural template. And usually when we click on OK, we will get a window that says if you want to work with the imperial system, which is the inch and feet system, or do you want to work with the metric system. But for some students or for some of the users, when you click on OK, it will just open the file automatically. So in this case, you will see that everything here, all the units are an inch. So in order to work with a metric system, you can click here on New and then click on Browse. When you click on Browse, you will get this window, which will take you inside the folder of the installed items that come already with the software itself. So I'll just go back from here. Okay, so I'll go up one level to the folder before that, which is templates. Okay, so you will find templates in Revit, Autodesk, Program Data, and C. So you can go through these files if it didn't take you to the correct file automatically. Okay, so you'll go to the local disk C and then Program Data, Autodesk, Revit, either 2020 or any other version that you're using, templates. From here, you will go to the US metric folder, and then from here you will choose which one you want to start with. So for me, I'll go with default metric. If you have architectural metric as well, you can start with that. Otherwise, I will go with default metric. So when I click on open, this will open as you can see, the format is .rte, and we said in the last video, if it's RTE, this means that this is a template. Okay, so I'll just click on OK, and now I'll have a new file. Here, when I open this template, I will already have these. So I have level 1, level 2, the same thing for the ceiling plans, elevations. So basically, it's a template that will help you start the architectural drawing easier, so you don't have to create all of these manually. It will be already set for you and you can continue working on that. Of course, you can start without any template, but it will take time from you to work and create all of these things which you will already need to do later on. After you open this file, or even if you're using any other template, if you want to change the units, you can just type on the keyboard UN to open the units, or you can go to manage and then you can go to project units. So I'll click on this. It will open this window. It is a bit different than what we're used to in the other Autodesk programs, such as 3ds Max and AutoCAD. Usually we just set the unit and that's it. But here it gives you options for all the things that you might need. So for example, for length, it's in millimeters. If you want to work with other things, you can change it from here to centimeters, meters, etc. For area, you can change it to something else, volume, angle, slope. And all of these units are only in the common discipline. You can go to structural, HVAC, electrical, piping, and energy, and in each one you will have different categories. Each category you can choose the format that you want to work with, and this is a very smart thing to have in Revit, which is specialized, as we said in the previous videos, specialized for architectural engineers, construction engineers, anything that is related to building management. Okay, so the units now are set. I'll work with millimeters, so that's it. I don't need to change anything. Another thing that you can do here, or you can enable here, is snaps. So when you click here on snaps, it will open this window for you. So basically snaps is by default on, and all of the options are selected. So as you are familiar with Snap from 3ds Max and AutoCAD, you have these different options. You have the endpoints, midpoints, nearest, and so on. These are all checked. If you want to remove any of them, that is up to you when you're working. If any of them is bothering you, you can just remove the click from here. Also, we have the length dimension snap increment. So when you're working on a wall, I'll show you an example in a minute. When you're working on a wall, usually it will automatically snap to these numbers. It will round up to these numbers. So it will, if you're zooming in, it will give you each 5 increments. If you zoom out a little bit more, each 20, and then 100, and then 1000, which is 1 meter. Okay, the same thing happens for the angular dimensions. It will snap to these increments depending on how much you zoom in and zoom out. Let's just see an example. So let's say I will start with a wall. So I'll select the wall option and click here and start working. You can see now when I'm moving my mouse, it is increasing each 1000. Okay, if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see it's increasing 100 at a time. Okay, so if I zoom in, 5000, 5100, and so on. If I zoom in even more, okay, it's increasing now each 100 still. If you zoom in even more, you can see that it's increasing 20 at a time, and then if you zoom in more, it's increasing each 5. Okay, the same thing for angles. Now it is snapping to 1 degree. If I zoom out a little bit more, it will start. Okay, it's still 1 degree. Let me just zoom out a bit more. Yeah, so now you can see each 5. And then if I zoom out even more, okay, so each time you zoom out, it will give you different options. So now you can see it will snap to 45 and then to 90. If I even zoom out more, it will only snap to 90. Okay, so these options you can change from manage and then snap. Okay, so from snaps here you can manage all of this, and also you can close the snap or turn it on or off from here. Okay, so these are the basic things that will come already with the software. You don't need to change any of that. In the next video, we're going to start with the grid lines, levels. So that's it for how to start a new file, how to work within the file and change all the settings that you need for the units and the snapping options.